Failing's a way to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And the faster and more often you fail, the closer you're going to get to the success you want in the fastest possible time. Now, if you want to optimize your life without wasting time, grab your free life map below. Now, I grew up really skinny my entire life. Always being teased, being told I was called stick, tall, lanky, all of those things. And you know what? It was great for basketball. It really didn't bother me that way. But when I went through high school, I watched all the other boys get bigger and stronger and their bodies changing shape, and mine, it just didn't. And I didn't understand why. So that led me on to going and trying to learn about that sort of thing. So I started with a book called The Spartan Manual, which I bought off the back of Men's Health magazine. One of the best investments I've ever made. Probably cost me over $200 back in 1999 or 2000, but worth every cent. And that really got the ball started for me with a fitness thing. And eventually that led to a career as a personal trainer. So as a personal trainer, I had all the knowledge that I needed in order to be able to put on weight and do all those things that would contribute to me being able to get stronger and bigger like I'd always wanted to. You'd think that would be enough, right? Well, for some reason, my body just didn't respond. I had no idea. So on the journey went, and later on, I came across even more information that was far more detailed than what they gave us in my personal training course. With that information, I started lifting in a slightly different way. I started eating in a different way, and I started to make some decent gains. I put on a good amount of muscle, but I tended to put on a whole lot more fat at the same time. So I made it to the point where I was plenty strong, but I was kind of fat at the same time. And skinny fat isn't a great thing. Now, that then led to, I got some injuries along the way. And the 25 plus years of basketball had caught up with me, so I couldn't run or jump without pulling a muscle. And now I wasn't able to train anymore. Okay. Finally, I got past all of those sort of hurdles and I'm back training. I'm lifting. I've worked with a specialist personal trainer to be able to give me the best program possible to fix any of my injuries and gain muscle at the same time. And that's when chronic fatigue smashed me. And all of a sudden, I'm back to square one. In fact, it's been 15, almost 16 years since I've been able to train on a regular basis and do things to the level that I would need to in order to be able to get that goal. I've failed so many times at that one thing, and yet I'm an expert in it. Almost contradictory, right? But hey, this is what it's like sometimes. Failure, it is a step to success, and it leads you to all sorts of different places. And sometimes it's things that you didn't know you needed to know, or places you didn't know you needed to go. So what's the lesson here? Well, when you fail, you identify the wrong way to be able to do something. This allows you to identify another way, or the right way, or to try different things in order to be able to figure out what you need. Now, for me, in order to be able to put on muscle, I'm going to have to fix the health condition behind it. I do that, and everything will change. So I had to fail in order to be able to uncover what was going on underneath there. Now, I failed many times, even in the recovery that I've had. But I've also succeeded in a lot of things, and I really know how my body works better than I ever would have imagined. So, number 2, as you fail more, you become okay with trying new things, and you become okay with failing. Like, it's not so bad that I tried this thing and it didn't work. And I've tried 10 other things and they didn't work, or they didn't work as well as I would have liked. Because that allows me to get comfortable with change. If things aren't going to be perfect, if things don't turn out the way that I want them to, my life isn't over. I don't catastrophize about it. I don't get really down on myself. It's just part of the journey. I've figured out that change is okay, and if I can't get the result the first time, I've got the persistence, the resilience to be able to keep on going, keep on trying new things until I get there. So I'm comfortable with failure. because I know that it's a step for me to be able to step forward a little bit closer to the success that I really want. Lastly, the faster you fail, the more often you fail, the more failures you have, the closer you are to that goal that you have set for yourself. Now, this doesn't matter what area of your life it's in. Anything that you do, you're going to try and you're not going to get it right the first time. Or maybe you're very rarely going to get it right the first time. But that's okay. You're allowed to fail, and failing is not a bad thing. So keep on failing. Do it more often. It took Colonel Sanders 1,009 times to trying to sell his KFC recipe. Was it 1,010 times or something crazy like that? 1,009 no's before he got one yes. Now that is persistence. He failed to sell it 1,009 times. He was okay with failing that much in order to reach the success that he wants. So if you've tried something 2 or 3 times, you're not even trying yet. The Colonel's got you by 1,000 plus different attempts. So don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to try these different things, because the more you do it, the faster you do it, the closer you're going to be to your success. And it might just be right around the corner. So don't accept failure, but expect it. Expect it and know that it's an absolute certain part of your journey. And it's a part of the journey that you need, because you need to learn. You need to get the feedback. You know, when we were younger, maybe we didn't like the criticism, but that constructive criticism, it comes in the form of failure. It's saying, hey, you tried it this way. Maybe that wasn't the best way. What about if you were to try it this way? What about if you were to do this? What about this? What about this? Have you looked over here? Sometimes we're looking in the wrong places, and that failure allows us to refocus into the area that we want to. There is so much to learn from failure that it is a good thing, and I want you to get to a point where you can accept it, expect it, look forward to it, because that's where you're going to find the growth. Now, if you want to have the best year ever, please come and join my free 28-day LIFEMAP program, where I'll guide you through how to design, build, and live a life that you love. You'll get knowledge and training and motivation so that you can deal with failure, and you're willing to try things, you're willing to live in that change. We have a great community going on. I hope to see you on the inside.